The Angry Chicken is a production of Amove TV. Bookmark amove.tv for more gaming and esports shows. The Angry Chicken is directly supported by listeners like you via patreon.com/TAC.
Everyone, get in here! Ready for action! I've got the beast in my sight.
A podcast about Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft. This is The Angry Chicken.
Greetings and welcome everyone to episode 292 of The Angry Chicken. It's going to be a packed show today. We still have so many cards to talk about. I'm Garrett Weinzerl. Here as always is Willie Dills Gregory. How you doing, Dills?
I'm fantastic. Ready to talk cards.
You ready? You're limbered up?
I'm ready to open packs, man, but apparently the pre-release that was supposed to happen today is no longer on the website.
Oh.
So I don't know why or what happened, but it's just not there anymore. So there's no pre-release for me tonight, so I have to wait one more day.
Well, here's what you do. Apply to have your own apartment like set as a fireside, and hopefully it'll be approved within
And just invite some friends over?
within like the next hour. Who cares about friends? Just open your own packs.
Sure.
Although I guess you would need at least one friend to play against. Call us Zixa.
He'll come through.
Also with us as always is Jocelyn Moffat. How are you doing today, Joce? You recovered from the DreamHack weekend?
Pretty much. I was feeling a little bit tired yesterday. I stayed up for about 24 hours to try to reset my schedule back to the whole NA time zone thing. So, but yeah, it was a really, really good weekend. There was lots of amazingly hilarious moments, especially on day one. Because like day one is the Swiss. So you've got all of the people they're trying to make all these super crazy decks work. And then, by the time you make it through then to like day three, that's when everybody's
Death Rattle Hunter. And
then it's lots of Death Rattle Hunter. but yeah, in the first day there was just lots of stupid, crazy shenanigans going on, and lots of Shutterwalk Shamans, which meant lots of Hagatha, which ended up with probably the best moment of any tournament I've ever seen. So the game between Tyler and Yarla was amazing.
Well, that's great. I'm glad to hear that you. It's strange to say I'm glad to hear you stayed up for 24 hours to correct your schedule, but if it worked, I'm happy to hear it.
Yep. Today, I'm feeling a little rough today, but it's fine. I've got coffee. It's all good.
Nice.
Well, is that the Black Howl?
Yeah, the Black Howl Gunspire, yeah.
Black Howl Gun.
Yep.
Random
That was
miles
pretty
to
sweet.
pain.
What was funny is that Tyler literally had a play around.
Oh, yeah, no, he totally did. He just forgot what the card
Could
did.
have freaking hexed the Black Howl Gun, and he didn't respect it. He didn't respect the power of the Black Howl Gunspire.
And we actually did an interview with him later, and he was like, I thought it was just a 3/8. He's like, I have never seen that
Did
card.
he not even hover over it?
No, he didn't even hover over it. He's like, I thought it was just a 3/8. He's like, I forgot what the card did. I've never seen it in play before. He's like, it was just a total like brain fart moment.
This is why we need competitive limited formats. It will train you to take a second, hold up, think about it, hover over, read the card text, consider your options, and then make a play.
Yeah.
Although
it's funny because I think the way Hearthstone has gotten recently, there's a lot less of these crazy RNG moments, right? There's no more, there's no like Yogg type effects as much and stuff. So there's a lot more games where, like, I think the weirdest stuff you see is like Rexar things now.
Yeah. Beast combinations, yeah.
Yeah, in most other games, there's not a big crazy evolve and all that kind of, like, that just doesn't happen very often. So
yeah, it's things like it's random stuff from Hagatha, it's random stuff from Rexar, but other than that, the super cool random stuff, like random generating, it's just not competitively viable because everything else, it's swung more towards consistency, which I think is good for like competitive pro players.
It is
a watching perspective, like,
but for these moments it's worse.
Yeah,
right? Like so I actually had a game on ladder. It was my last game at Legend because I kind of stopped playing. I dumpstered so bad with meme decks at Legend that I was like, well, I'm not even having fun because I'm playing meme decks and everyone is just beating my face in with like odd paladin and stuff. So I just ended up being like, screw it, I'm gonna go play Wild. So I'd been playing Wild, but then like right before on the last night on the 30th, I was like, well, I'll do one more game and I'll play a real deck. I'll play Death Rattle Hunter. And I queue up and it's freaking Odd Warrior. And I'm like, okay, well, this is a good matchup for me. I just got to find Rexar and then we'll take it to Fatigue. And so the game went all the way to friggin' Fatigue. And somehow, and then he went to Dr. Boom mode. So we actually
that's like how the warrior wins. They need to Dr. Boom as soon as possible.
Yeah, because otherwise they can't keep up with my value, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Rexar, he's like, oh, 4 life, and I'm like, whatever, 7/9 beast guy or whatever, you know. But anyway, we take it all the way. We're both out of cards, and I think I'm taking 5 fatigue the next turn, and he's taking 5 the next turn, or something like that. And we're both super low on life, and I have no out. I click the button. I find the little patriarch guy who puts death rattles a guy into your deck. And I was like, okay, I'll take that guy. And if on the next one I can find something that has 2 or less health, I could flanking strike my own guy. And I find like Snow Flipper Penguin or something, flanking strike my own guy, get a card in my deck and win the game of Fatigue. It was like, these are like the moments. These are the epic moments that these kind of things give you that we don't get in competitive Hearthstone anymore.
I'm disappointed. I thought you were going to tell me that the warrior dropped Black Halcon's Fire and it surprised you.
But it was still like, it was like such a, because I had no out. I had 0 outs. That was my only way to win the game, was to do that and then kill my own guy. And it happened. It was sweet. It felt so freaking good.
Rad, man. I'm glad to hear. We should probably let our listeners know that they should be tuning in to twitch.tv/amovetv/JocePlays/Willie Dills tomorrow, because Rastakhan is coming out, and once it is live, all 3 of us, we're going to call each other on Skype, we're going to grab some coffees, we're going to put on our comfiest pajamas, and we're going to crack some packs.
I do believe it's 10 a.m. Pacific, so 1 p.m. Eastern.
I'll wear pajamas in the afternoon. I don't care. I'm an adult.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know.
It's Hearthstone Day. Pajamas all day.
You know, sometimes
I'm in pajamas now, and that these are not coming off.
Please take them off at some point.
Nope.
No. Please don't bathe in your pajamas.
But then as soon as they come out, I will put them back on.
Okay, good. I was just please don't bathe in your pajamas is my request.
Okay,
it's my request.
You got it.
But yeah, we're gonna crack some packs, all of them, and then we're gonna try something a little bit different. We're gonna triple head pilot some decks each. So Dills, you'll make a deck. Jocelyn, you'll make a deck. I'll make a deck, and we'll take turns helping each other figure these decks out.
Wait, we're not gonna all just play a random deck and be talking over each
other.
Try
to talk over each other the whole time. No.
I'm done. I'm done with that. We've done that for years now. We can stop doing that and do something a little more sane.
Yes. One other thing that we should mention, you can still do this, but you have to go to the playhearthstone.com. I'll put the link in the show notes in the chat room to vote for which team you're going to back. So I think there's like free packs or something like that if you...
you're picking your Loa, right?
You're picking your Loa, yeah, exactly. So I really want to pick Bwansamdi's Zombies, but Bwansamdi hates zombies, so it's a really poorly named team. So I think maybe I'm going to go with Graal's Sharks.
I went with Bwansamdi Zombies just because it's Bwansamdi. And
oh, yeah, he is the best Loa by far.
But thank you for being the asterisk of... This doesn't make any sense from a lore perspective. As far
there
as
is lore.
Bwansamdi's team name there. You're right. It makes no sense at all. So,
yep.
Anyways, we should probably move into what today's episode will be, which will be wrapping up our Rastakhan card reviews. So let's move into it. The final Rastakhan's Rumble card talk.
Okay, so what's the rules?
Well, there's only one rule, Ben.
Okay, so what's the...
There are no rules!
Okay.
Today's rule is to finish talking about these cards, however. Disclaimer.
I love Ben's response at the end of that. Okay.
Yes. And it's a Thompsonism. That's Thompson. Yep. I'm not sure there was a script. I think it was just him reacting in real time to Peter's excitement. But
absolutely.
Anyways, we got 2 Druid cards left. And Jocelyn, do you remember last week when we said, hey, I bet one of these cards is going to have to do with giving your hero attack?
Yep.
We were right, but that's not the first card we're going to talk about. The first card we're going to talk about is Tree Speaker. 5 mana, 4/4 epic druid minion with a battle cry that reads, transform your treants into 5/5 ancients.
And this is kind of interesting because I remember when we were talking about Boomsday and we got all those treant related cards and we were kind of like, seems like treant token should be a thing. Maybe Tree Speaker is that thing that we needed to push that deck that one little bit further, because I mean, we've seen how good transforming your entire board into 5/5s is with the Rogue Quest. Granted, that keeps going. It's not a one-time battle cry, but like taking a board full of little things and making them a board full of 5/5s, maybe that's the end game that this token deck needed.
Not to mention it costs 5 and you can combo it with the cards that as you play them, right? So you will need, you can't just play like Living Mana and then do this, because Living Mana will fill up your board and also make all your mana go away.
Exactly,
but you can do it with other things.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's lots of things that give you treants now. So even Scenarios, which is seeing competitive play, give the 2/2s that he generates, make them they're treants technically. Sure. So I
although
feel like
if
they
even
get transformed, they probably lose taunt, but still.
I still feel like even though, yes, you could turn your deck or your board into 5/5s, still feel like you're just going to want to do other druid things. You're still just probably going to want to Togwaggle or Malagos people, but we'll see. I mean,
probably, yeah.
This is a step in that direction. Sure.
Yeah, it's more support for that treant type token deck, and Token Druid is coming back. And I feel like when we actually see like Spreading Plague, which is one of the big pieces of that token deck, once we see that rotate, then maybe treants will become the viable druid token deck.
Yeah. Because also you can think about, like, you know, if you Living Mana, oftentimes they don't end up killing your whole board, right? And then, of course, also you can do the thing, you can make your stuff Death Rattle into treants, right? So
yes,
it's like,
with
you make
Soul
a
of the
sticky
Forest.
board. If they don't clear the board, then you Tree Speaker a bunch of treants. Like, that could be really strong going forward. So we'll see.
Yeah. I'd also like to thank Blizzard for showing this last, because if they showed this early on and there were still a bunch of unrevealed druid cards, it would have been like, oh my god, Ancient Druid's going to be a thing. There are going to be so many of these cards.
And then there were not.
There was one.
There's one.
One card. You can put 2 of them in your deck, but 1 card.
But this is, I like this as a, just, I hope this is how they kind of do things going forward. It's like, give us a thing, try to push it a little bit, but then don't just give up on it if it doesn't work, right?
Oh,
more support,
pump your brakes. Need I remind you about Beast Druid, which they tried and kept adding to for years?
Well, they're still adding to it, dude.
Exactly. Exactly.
Ironhide Direhorn. Like, clearly, we got, like, I think, but I think this might finally be the tipping point for that deck too, because I feel like, you know, big Beast Druid can actually be a thing now. So I you know, I'm okay with them just trying to keep giving us stuff. I just don't like it when they, like, Freeze Shaman. Here's Freeze Shaman for half of a set, and then whoops. Never mind. I guess this Shaman got a bunch of bad cards that one time.
I mean, I'm trying to remember. I think when that came out, Shaman was rocking everyone's face, so I'm okay with it in that regard.
I don't know. You can give us weak cards without pushing an archetype and then abandoning it.
Are you just mad that they got you excited for Free Shaman?
Arena suck for that class, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Like, you can give weak cards, like War Druid Loti. That's a weak card. Gonk the Raptor. Like, these are weak cards that are in a strong class without being like, yeah, here's a mechanic that you'll never do again. You know, just pump the like, no more UIs in Druid, and we'll be good.
Yeah. Well, Loti's just it's just a card. There's not really like a synergy going on there. Unless you go down the beast rabbit hole and you're buffing beasts that are already on the board, because Loti will turn into 1. So we'll see.
Still a weak card.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doesn't
every
feel
form
legendary.
Of Loti is worth less than its mana cost. Every single one. And I'm like, I don't care enough about the, you know, the choice to just be playing like a weak card here.
Yeah, I'm just glad to be building ancients. I like ancients in Warcraft lore, so give me more of them. And then the card I was kind of hinting at is Pounce. It's a 0 mana common druid spell that reads, give your hero +2 attack this turn. So here is just a little more synergy for the what's going on with Gonk, what's going on with Spirit of the Raptor.
Yeah, and Savage Striker and that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is part of the, I guess we just call it the Loa package, the Druid Loa package.
Yeah, the hit things with your face package.
Mm-hmm.
Or I guess the not just hit your things with your face, but kill minions with your face.
Somebody on Twitter did tweet at us saying we didn't mention Gonk with Twig of the World Tree. Which, yes, Gonk with Twig of the World Tree means sometimes you will be able to get rid of your Twig charges faster.
Yeah, which I think they actually did on the final reveal stream the other day. I think they did. Yeah. So
but
yeah,
I don't think it's
for sure.
I don't think it's going to happen often enough that Gonk makes it into your Twig Malagos decks, but
yeah,
that is a thing. I also just don't think this Pounce with Gonk with all this. I don't think that's a deck. I don't think it's a real deck yet. Maybe in, rotating things out, and maybe if Malagos goes to the Hall of Fame, and maybe, other things like that happen. That could be a thing someday. But as far as 0 cost cards go, this one is pretty damn fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, the Loa package for Druid looks like they're kind of pushing them in a control direction. Because it's built around attacking and killing minions to gain any type of upside from your Loa
bonus,
or from your Spirit.
Yeah, but I think as of now, this is probably not a package. I think big Beast Druid might be a thing.
I'd like to see big Beast Druid be a thing for sure.
I think it's good. It's more of a tempo. That also seems like more of a fair deck to me than some of the stuff that we've seen them doing. So, but yeah, I mean, 0 cost cards are always a little bit scary. You have to be careful with them. They've got 3 of them in this set. They all seem pretty fair.
Yeah, I'm not as worried about the Druid 0 cost card as I am. I think was it Priest that got
Priest has
the restore 3 health regenerate card. Yeah, and that's the one that really scares me. Just because they have the ability to turn their it doesn't say to a friendly character, and they have the ability to take their healing cards and turn them into, or their healing powers as well, and turn them into damage. And so that's why. Yeah, that's why. And this can go face, and this can go and hit enemies, and this can, so I feel like the Priest one is the scary one of the set. The other 2 seem okay. Like the Mage one, where you just get a discount on elementals, that's fine. Because again, you're impacting your board. It's not a way to build an OTK or anything like that. So, and Pounce, I feel like falls in that same category. It's like, this is okay. It's the 0 mana do a thing that could potentially be face damage that always makes me really nervous. Pounce is fine though.
I think this could eventually become a thing, but Druids can continue doing what they're currently doing, which seems to be working pretty well for them. So I don't see the Loa package, at least, coming out swinging. But I'm with you. I think there might be something going on with the beasts. So let's move on to Hunter, because we finally saw the Loa. It's Halazi the Lynx. It's going to cost you 5 mana, has 3 attack, 2 health. It's a legendary Hunter beast, and it has a battle cry that reads, fill your hand with 1/1 lynxes that have rush.
For some reason, lynxes just sounds wrong to me.
You think it should be inherently plural and singular at the same time, or
1/1 lynx? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Or is it lynx?
I know it's not. It's
lynxi.
Lynxi.
Lynxi sounds wrong. Lynxes
is correct.
I hate lynxes to pieces.
It's awkward. By the way, it costs less than 5. It'll show up in your Rexars.
Oh, right.
But I don't think I put this in my deck.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I think they kind of went, okay, the champion is super powerful, so we can't also give them a powerful Loa, would be my guess. This is their attempt at balancing Hunter. Now,
I will say this, though. It's really nice with the Spirit, right? Like, if you get this with the Spirit, you get 1/1 Lynx is They come out.
So you'll
turn
get
into
rushing
tutus.
tutus. Yeah.
They turn into tutus.
Everyone likes a good rushing tutu.
Oh my God, Laura Man in the chat room. Yeah, it's fill your hand with 1-1 Lynxus routers. There you go. That's the problem. That's the problem with Lynxes.
All right, so now Geek Grills is also saying the plural of Lynx is Lynx. So
Oh, it's one of those like moose.
literally unplayable, this card.
Jocelyn, clearly it's Mies. Come on.
Also, though, there's the neutral card we haven't talked about yet. 3
Oh.
mana, 3/4 Untamed Beastmaster. So if you do like a bunch of beastie things and you got ways to buff them, like that's draw. But I mean, if you're doing like, also okay. So Quest Hunter,
Yeah.
Palizai, the Lynx gives you a bunch of 1-drops to play to get your quest done.
Without
You
you
got that
actually
thing
really
to
having
buff
to
them.
totally fill your deck, because that was always the problem, right? Is that you would fill your deck with these 1-drops that weren't really all that great, and then you know, even after you completed the quest, which should have been powerful and had a lot of cycle and stuff, it's like you're still cycling.
And you just
in
drew like an
1-drop.
Argent
Yeah.
Squire on the
Exactly,
next
and
turn.
it's like, well, that's not really that great.
That has me a lot more excited than getting 2/2 rushers past turn 5.
Sure.
It
Like, I
combined
think
with the
the-
Spirit of the Lynx.
You can put in like a decent amount of 1-drops, Palizai, and then
And not feel
when
as
you get to
bad
that
about
point, then you untamed
replacing some of the
Beastmaster.
1-drops with better cards.
Yep, that could be cool.
And Geek Girls has amended their statement. It apparently either is acceptable depending on what dictionary you're looking at.
Oh,
Isn't the English language fun?
Yeah.
okay,
So save your emails.
fair enough. Oh, by the way,
that's
we
good.
should talk about the Beast Within real quick because I think we messed up when we talked about it last time. That's the 1 cost. You have a friendly beast, a 1/1, then it attacks a random enemy minion. Apparently, it doesn't matter if you've attacked or not that turn; it will attack again for you. Like,
Oh, okay. So then that does make it more powerful then, because you could like hit face or get a good trade.
you
or
could hit
something
face
like
with
that.
something
Like,
and then trade with it afterwards.
yeah. So you could either value trade and then trade again, or face and trade, and so that makes Beast Within a lot better.
It's
Kind of makes it kind of an interesting card, but
much more better.
I had assumed that if it had already attacked, and the attack can't happen again. But no, you can make it attack again. Pretty cool.
Sweet. Like that a lot more. We already talked about Spirit of the Lynx, so let's move on to Headhunter's Hatchet, the other hunter card we haven't discussed yet. It's a 2 mana, 2 attack, 2 durability common hunter weapon with a battle cry that reads, if you control a beast, gain +1 durability. So it'll become a 2 attack, 3 durability weapon.
So is this for each? It's not for each beast, right? It's just if you have 1 or more beasts, you get 1 durability.
Yeah, I think so. It's
Okay.
just if you control a beast, you get 1 durability. So it doesn't matter if you control 2, you don't get 2. But
Because I was gonna say, if you had a board full of 1/1s, which then would be so much better with the Lynx, right? With the Loa, if you could have a board full and then turn this into like Doomhammer, that would be great.
sure.
But if it's just if you have a beast gain 1, then I mean it's still good because we got Spring Paw, right? Too.
Well,
So,
the idea I
mean,
think is you spring paw into Hatchet into Blood Scalp Strategist. I still don't think I'd rather do that over Death Rattling.
yeah, because we had talked about how we assumed that Hunter was going to get a weapon last week because they needed something to play before the Strategist to make the Strategist a good card potentially, or a better card, I should say.
Yeah.
Because you're right. I mean, and again, a lot of this stuff is going to change come April, and we're going to have the big rotation and things are going to rotate out. And then so like we won't have Rexar anymore. We won't have some of the Death Rattly stuff. So maybe then once that stuff rotates, there will be room for Headhunter's Hatchet and the Strategist and stuff like that.
Yeah, when Egg rotates out, when Keleseth rotates out, for sure. But for now,
But right now,
probably not. Yeah, but eventually, yeah.
But that is a good thing to keep in the back of your mind, is that just because these cards aren't necessarily good in the standard meta at this exact moment, that these are still good cards and they could very likely have their day relatively soon.
They will. I think Headhunter's Hatchet is like, I mean, a 2 mana weapon early on helps you with tempo so much, right?
Yeah.
This is also, I think this is such a better card than like Glaive Zuka. The old 2 mana hunter weapon that is still in
right,
wild.
because that required that you had
aggro.
something on board, right?
Well, it didn't work. I mean, you can still just play it, but
Yeah.
but it buffed something that was on board.
Its
Like
thing was
these
buffing
cards
the
are
board.
exactly the same if you have nothing on board, right? Glaive Zuka.
Yeah.
But what Clay Bazooka did is just pushed aggro so much for Hunter. And I like that everything's kind of, the brakes have been pumped on Hunter because they're like, okay, we got that hero power. Like, we don't need to force them to be aggro. Like,
yeah, the hero power is enough that they can go down the aggressive line if they'd like to. But then I like that their cards are kind of like, not necessarily counteracting the hero power, but, you know, like not pushing them down that aggro.
They just tend to get control cards now, which is so much better.
Which is good. Yeah.
And to me, it even looks like they're looking ahead because it seemed like the brakes were put on once Rexar arrived on the scene. Deathstalker Rexar. But he will be going away with the standard rotation, but we're getting Zul'jin, who last week we talked about doesn't feel like he has a place at this exact moment. But once Deathstalker Rexar leaves, this is another solid card that gives you control aspect to the archetype that's happening late in the game. So I like, in theory, what the direction I see the team directing Hunter. I just say direction, they're directing. Well, go me.
Yes.
Go me. Well done. Well done. Did not sleep well. So anyways, there's one mage card we haven't discussed yet, and it is Scorch. It's a 4-mana rare mage spell that reads deal 4 damage to a minion, costs 1 if you played an elemental last turn. So we were pretty jazzed on elemental evocation. Are we jazzed on Scorch?
Nah, I'm actually not jazzed on either of those cards.
No.
I'd rather play Book of Specters than play any spells at all.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Scorch in a vacuum, it's a good card, but the problem is that the way that Elemental Mage plays out is just literally I don't play spells.
Yeah, and you also want to make sure, like, you would never want to play this for its full mana cost, and the fact that it could cost 1 and deal 4 damage directed, like not even random, because what was that? Deal 4 damage to a minion randomly, flame something from
Flame
way
cannon.
long ago. Flame cannon, yeah. Like, that's a lot of play. That was great, but I mean, I feel like, don't you want to do something on 5 that also involved playing an elemental last turn? So, like, if you're forced to play this for full mana cost, it's like super duper terrible because you're also
you
shutting
probably
off your
never would have to
elemental
pay
engine.
4 for it. Like,
Yeah.
you probably always have the option to play it for 1 in that deck, but I don't know, just the way that deck plays out. I do think, though, this card will be pretty sweet in Arena because all you have to do is have maybe like 3 or 4 elementals in your deck, and then at some point you'll be able to 1-mana Scorch something, and that's a pretty big tempo swing. So
They also didn't
Wing
get
Blast
any.
actually sees play in Arena, but it doesn't see play in Standard at all. So
They also didn't get any elementals other than Arcanosaur, which is 6 mana, so obviously later on in the game. So I don't know.
yeah, they got
They
right
do have
now,
a
like,
lot.
the elemental
Yeah.
curve is just there, and once you get it rolling, it's pretty strong. Also, the fact that they turned the giants into elementals is a pretty big deal. So
Oh, right. I'd forgotten about that.
yeah, so that's why you book a Spectres, because if you can book a Spectres on 2, you can Mountain Giant on 3, and it's really good. Mountain Giant on 3 is a whole deck built around that. So yeah, I actually don't even think there's neutral elementals either. I think that's literally the only elemental that was printed in this entire set. I'm just kind of checking, but yeah, no,
Yeah, I'm not sure about neutrals. There's so many neutrals, but
there's no elementals in there. That's the only one. But they did. I mean, that deck I think was pretty close.
yeah.
And I think paying 6 for Ocanosaur is fine, just because it shores up the weakness that the deck had, which was it needed.
Oh yeah, no, and I think we said this when we were talking about the card. Like, I'm stoked about Arcanosaur for more than just the art.
Yeah. So I think that goes into that deck, and that's enough. Scorch and Evocation, probably not, but maybe. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, to me, there's going to be scenarios where it could essentially break your elemental chain, which bums me out. So that's where my surface level concern is with Scorch.
Yeah, I mean, the version that I have built, I don't even think it runs any minions that aren't elementals, except for the 4-mana 3/5 that gains Taunt and Divine Shield. I think that's like the only non-elemental. So it's like, it's very hard for me to break that chain. It just, once you get it rolling, man, it's
yeah, and
there.
and it would be hard here if it is costing you 1. There's a good chance you could drop an elemental with Scorch.
Yeah, you can play like a Tar Creeper and Scorch something.
Right. That was my first thought seeing it. But anyways, before we move on to Paladin, let's thank one of our sponsors today, Harry's. Harry's is back. You should go check them out at harrys.com/TAC. We've mentioned this before. I will mention it again because 'tis the season. Start shopping for dudes. I don't like shopping for dudes when it comes to gift giving. It's kind of a pain in the butt. And I'll tell you right now, you know what I don't need? I don't need more socks. I don't need a wallet. But I do need to keep all my body hair in check. So
You can buy me socks.
good to know, Dills. Good to know. But
I always like some socks.
it makes a good gift. It's a practical gift that they'll actually use. You will also you'll also save them money on blade refills, and they're ready to gift. Because Dills, I know this is primarily an audio podcast, but I know you got your gift box right there. Is it at the ready? Because this thing is ready to gift. It comes in the handsomest of gift boxes, especially if you like plaid, and we know you like plaid if you listen to the Angry Chicken. Because the plaid did not die with Ben Brode. It has lived on with every other developer that goes on a card stream, apparently.
Yeah, no, this is Harry's is apparently plaid enthusiast as well. Plaid just feels like the holiday season, though, doesn't it?
It feels like comfy and like homey. I don't know why. It's the pattern, but it does.
And then the razor is very, like, I think Garrett, you described it as handsome. I would agree. It's a nice like foresty dark green, and
I called it Halo green. I know it's like a forest green, but it reminds me of Master Chief's armor.
Oh, I was like, it looks gray. Why does it look gray? And then I was like, oh, because green screen things.
Yeah, it doesn't really come across in the video because of our green screens.
No, and it's the same super high quality. It's real strong, and I'm excited that I have one of these to give to somebody else. It's gonna save me some money. Thanks, Harris.
Yep. It's great. And as a special offer for fans of the show, we partner with Harry's to give you $5 off any shave set, including the limited edition holiday sets that are clad in plaid. When you go to harrys.com/TAC. Plus, you will get free shipping. This offer is for new and returning customers and is only available for the holidays. Each Harry's shaving set, in case you weren't watching on video to see Dills hold them all up, I'm waiting for him to just start lathering his face up on the show. But each Harry's shave set comes with an ergonomic weighted handle with an option to engrave, German-engineered 5-blade cartridges that provide a close, comfortable shave, a foaming shave gel for a rich lather, a travel cover to protect your blades, and that holiday gift box. So, also, if you just want something for yourself, you can still redeem a Harry's trial offer to experience the quality of a shave before you commit. So go and get your holiday shopping done early. Free shipping ends on December 12th, so act now. Go to harrys.com/TAC to get $5 off a shave set while supplies last. Again, that is harrys.com/TAC. We thank them for their support, and we thank you for going to that URL. So now, let's get back into it and move on to Paladin, where we have yet to talk about Flash of Light. Oh, look at this. It's the last 2 cards. Nice. I love it when a plan comes together. So Flash of Light is a 2-mana common paladin spell, and it reads restore 4 health, draw a card.
Well, all right then. Seems pretty good. I mean, I don't know if you definitely play this in any decks, but it's like just its effect alone is like, okay, cycle a card, help out a guy. Like you get a value trade. You know what I mean? Like, it seems all right. I don't know if I play this in Constructed. I think Arena, I probably pick this. Like it can act almost like Potion of Heroism, right? Or what was it? Was it Potion? What is the one? What's the one that gives a Divine Shield and draws a card?
Was it Potion of Heroism?
Not Potion, because Potions were another thing. It's
Blessing, maybe?
Blessing of Heroism?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Chat will know.
No, it was.
Again,
You're right.
That card did not see Constructed play, but did see play in like Arena quite a bit, because it's like this kind of works the same way. It's like get a trade, draw a card, keep a dude alive, that kind of thing.
I think that this might actually like not be a turn 2 play and be the kind of thing that you play in the deck that goes along with the High Priest. So I think this goes in the heal Paladin champion deck, right?
Sure.
The High Priest is the one that converts all your health into armor, or all but one of your health. Can you imagine convert all your health into armor and you just die? That'd be terrible. Yeah. So anyways, I think Flash of Light goes in that deck, right?
Possibly. I think though that I think right now anyway, there's like other better options for that deck, but it's possible that goes in there for sure.
Just spells in general, they seem to be pushing you towards spells with what's going on with the Loa and other card synergy. So more spells are interesting, and I'm with you. I think this is a good, in a vacuum, this is a perfectly fine card. Any card that draws a card, I go easy on because drawing cards are good. So, by the way, you were dead on. It is Potion of Heroism. I don't know why that was a potion, but
okay.
I think it was just because it was kobolds and there was a lot of just D&D generic fantasy stuff happening in there.
Yep.
You know what I just found out about Harry's razors, by the way? I'm sorry, this is a total tangent. Did you know that at the top there's a precision trimmer?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
We talk about that all the time.
We mentioned it on the show like a zillion times.
I never looked at the top.
At some point it changed. So if you had some older refills laying around.
Oh, yeah. I don't think my other one. I'm not giving this to anybody. This is mine. My other one doesn't have that.
So if anyone out there's wondering we're ever like fake with our enthusiasm about our sponsors, no, we're not. So okay. So Flashlight, good card. Not sure if it's finding it into a tier deck at the start of the expansion. But
you are right, Jocelyn. That is the deck it goes into, right? Is that Heal Paladin deck?
Yeah. Blood Claw is the other Paladin card. It's a 1 mana, 2 attack, 2 durability common Paladin weapon with a battle cry that reads deal 5 damage to your hero.
Woo! Good thing I'm going to flash a light next turn.
Exactly. But it's a 2 attack, 2 durability. So
for 1 mana, it's a
for
really
1
strong...
mana, it's a strong weapon.
Yeah, I mean you can kill flame imps.
Did Paladins buy this weapon off a warlock?
Right?
It does seem like that's where it belongs for sure.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a strong tempo card for sure. We'll see. I guess this depends though on how much is so this and the hunter weapon. I both think it's like these are very meta dependent cards. Like you look at them and you go, oh yeah, that's just a good effect, right? To just have a 2/2 weapon on turn 1. But we could be in a meta where nobody's playing stuff that you kill on turn 1, and we'll see. Also, it's like if you're against like an odd paladin, this is not that good. There's just like this. These are all super meta dependent type of cards.
Yeah.
And for Rogue in the chat room,
time out and then Blood Claw and then swing in and kill something, so then you don't take the 5 damage and also can kill something without taking damage.
Well, if on turn 4 there's something with 2 health that I really need to kill,
probably already ahead. Yeah. I know, but just you and your logic.
Hey, but timeout, Blood Claw, and an equality that didn't have a follow up. That doesn't feel so bad.
Sure. I also think this will be a really strong arena card because just getting a weapon up early, you get 1 kill, then another kill on that second turn. You're developing something in that turn, so yeah, there's a lot of potential there for this card.
Infrarogue wants to know if we're running Happy Ghoul in this Paladin deck.
In the Heal Paladin deck, I think sure, for sure.
I am. Yeah,
110%.
In fact, I might just be running the full like Keleseth Happy Ghoul Healed Zoo type package.
Zoo Paladin coming in.
Zoo Heal Paladin.
So it can't be odd because of Flash of Light, but Blood Claw could play into.
You can't play Flash of Light with Keleseth, right?
That too. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, but I don't play that. I play the other Healy guy, the Fungal Enchanter. I play.
You just take the Zoo Heal package
and put it in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
On to Priests, where only one card has not been talked about yet, which is the Iphantasm Phantasm. I get excited anytime I see Iphantasm, just in a name. It's a 2 mana 3/2 epic priest minion with a battle cry that reads, this turn your healing effects deal damage instead. So just this turn.
Yeah, so didn't they have a spell at some point that did the same Iphantasm effect? So they basically tied a body to that spell now. I can't remember what the spell was called because nobody ever played it, but there was a spell version of the Iphantasm effect.
It's 2 mana. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So
yeah, this is like you could play this instead of Iphantasm Soul Priest or whatever in a deck that wants to OTK with regenerate because it costs 2 to play it, and you only, it's like the Akanai 4 mana, so it limits what else you can do that turn. So this leaving 8 mana up allows you to potentially do this and a Velen and then do some regenerating and all that.
See, and this is why regenerate is so scary.
I hate to break the fourth wall, but Dills, is Joce wigging out for you too?
Yeah, Jocelyn, you're roboting a little bit.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's
Joce's cyborg confirmed. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. This is also just, I think, a decent card for just like tempo, because one of the problems with Akanai was that sometimes you'd play it and then the next turn you like, oh, the next turn you. Sorry, I'm a big head in my screen.
Yeah, it happens when folks leave.
You'd play it, and then the next turn you're like, I want to heal now, and I can't. This guy, it's like, yeah, just do this one turn, and then you're good. And then go back to like normal priesty stuff.
Yeah.
So I think this is a strong card. Also, just a 2-mana 3/2. I wonder though if this is a constructed deck or if this is just an arena card. We'll find out. But real good in arena, because like a lot of times, you just want to like 2-mana 3/2 shoot a guy, right?
Well, yeah, the Alkanai effect has traditionally been very strong. So attaching it to a minion that just passes the vanilla test.
Yep. Also, you can like they go, Flame Imp into Voodoo Doctor, double Happy Ghoul, and on turn 2 you're like, Phantasm Circle. I cleared that up. Like they didn't have an answer to that before, so just a solid card.
I had forgotten about that from last week. Thank you for reminding me, Dills. For some reason now you guys have swapped places. I will need to fix this.
Probably because I rejoined the call, so it's
it didn't fix it.
no.
Nope. If anything,
That's
you sound
right up there on Angry Chicken.
If anything, you sound worse. Well, it was a nice honeymoon period with Zoom.
Yeah.
Now it's just turning into Skype. While I try and fix the overlay, Dills, you want to read StolenSteal?
StolenSteal. Yeah, that is 2 mana. Discover a weapon from another class. It's a common rogue spell. It's kind of interesting because rogue has historically bad weapons. Other classes have pretty good weapons. So yeah, you can also find like legendary weapons with it, which is kind of interesting. So I don't know. I the problem that I have with this card though is that I spend 2 mana and then I got to spend whatever mana on the weapon. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not super enthusiastic about it. Although what's nice is if you put this in like a test deck, then you know that when you play your test, you'll get whatever weapon that was, right? Because from another class. So, and there's obviously some good ones you can find. I mean, imagine finding an Alaneth or something like that.
I was about to
right?
say, yeah, you get an Alaneth and you get to buff the Alaneth so you can actually swing in with it.
Mm-hmm. Or I can imagine like Rogue using, using like True Silver pretty well, like cards like that. So there's stuff for sure.
I think this is a supremely cool and fun card for a test deck.
Super fun. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna mess with it for sure.
Have you come up with a name for your test deck? You just call them test decks, because I feel like it's the distant cousin of a milkshake deck.
Kind of. So if you play that and you play Espionage, you call it Tespionage.
Okay. All right.
I was playing a little bit of that at Legends, and that deck actually, like, you could win some games with that deck just because you can tempo people out. And then sometimes you'd end up in these like late game matchups and you just have way better late game than anybody else, which is kind of cool. Like in a fatigue matchup, you're just like, yeah, well, I don't care because I'm just going to throw 20 extra cards into my deck. So do whatever, bro. So yeah, it's fun. This though, to me, it's like the fact that you're discovering it gives a potential. The fact that other classes do have some pretty sweet weapons gives a potential. I'm just not sure because I need to play with it and understand, like, do I have time to stop what I'm doing and spend 2 mana because I'm about to ruin. Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah. Would you take it? You take it in arena, right? Because it's just a
oh yeah,
final
arena.
weapon.
I think I'll definitely have time for it. Arena is a much slower game, anyway.
Joce, are you back among the audible?
I don't know. I'm like scared of talking.
Yeah,
no, it's not good.
It's still,
I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what's wrong.
DreamHack stole all your bandwidth.
Yeah.
So we're gonna.
Well, I did a speed test. My speed is fine, down and up. So I don't know.
Sorry.
Yeah. To me, it does not sound like an internet issue. It sounds like unplug and plug back your microphone type of thing.
BRB.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like I used to have an interface that would randomly sometimes turn my voice into a squirrel.
Okay.
And if you unplugged and plugged it back in, then that would fix it.
I love troubleshooting audio issues in the middle of the show.
Mm-hmm.
You know what we can do for at least for the audio show is I can pause right here. Hi, people on YouTube. You get to see how the sausage is made, and Twitch. But I'm just gonna pause here while we figured it out because it's concerning enough.
Well, we don't want to do the rest of the show with a robot Jocelyn. I mean, if you could build me a robot Joss, I would definitely, I would purchase one of those. I would purchase a robot Joss.
Wait a minute. Did you make me a robot? What?
Well, you've turned yourself back into a human apparently by unplugging.
Oh, it sounds good. It's
saying
yeah, it's fine.
If I could go onto Amazon.com and order robot Joss, I would. Yeah, like, I wouldn't mind having a robot Joss around.
Oh man,
someone to talk hard. Way better than Alexa, you know.
Because I know Hearthstone things. I like it.
I feel bad about that because I'm very rude to Siri sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Have you ever tried to have Siri and Alexa have an argument?
I don't have an Alexa, so it's not a possibility in our home.
Yeah.
Oh, there you did it. You did it. Hey, Alexa.
Okay, so StolenSteal, I think. Maybe I just want a dagger instead. That's all.
Let me fire up.
Probably.
Let me fire up the recording again because I paused it while you figured this out. If anyone's watching on Twitch or YouTube, you're seeing all of this. By the way, I'm not cutting this out. You can deal. All right. So now that you're a human again, StolenSteal, Jocelyn?
Yeah. So StolenSteal, I think I just want a dagger instead. I don't think I want to mess around with other classes, potentially expensive, potentially crappy weapons. I just want to get my dagger up.
Cool.
Probably.
It's going to my test deck.
Not a euphemism.
They make pills for that. Someone stole my steel. That's what you say. That's what you say the next time you have problems. You know, you say someone stole my steel. Serrated Tooth is next. Which, oh god, there's so many places I could take this. I'm just gonna read the card. It's a 1 mana, 1 attack, 3 durability, common rogue weapon with a death rattle that reads, give your minions rush. There's so much rush in this expansion.
So much rush in rogue.
Yeah.
It's like they turned on my local classic rock station.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about the rush pirate rogue. Because I was playing some pirate rogue in Wild, and I was just like, yeah, no, I don't rush. I charge, bro. And I kill you.
You didn't say it right, Dills.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's kind of why they've leaned into rush is that they don't necessarily want it to be aggro. They want it to be board control-y tempo type stuff. And yeah, I don't know if that's as fun and cool. But I mean, the one cool thing about rogue and any death rattle weapons that they get is they can totally decide when that happens because they can make it death rattle. They don't have to use up the durability like Druid does with Twig. They can just override it with their dagger and get the rattle effect. So
it's true, but also that's expensive to do. So I don't know. I don't know. The one thing though that I did think about is this does seem really good with Ticket Scalper, because then that's the problem with Ticket Scalper was 4 mana 5/3 overkill, draw 2 cards. It was like hard to make it overkill.
But if you could rush it, then
then yeah, that's like pretty nice because you can probably kill something on, like, you play this on 1 or 2 or whatever. I mean, the fact is it's a 1 mana 1/3 weapon. That's fine. It's just fine. And then it has an effect, and the effect is pretty strong. So I think this card will see play. It's good. I just, like, I don't know. In Wild, I was playing that Pirate Rogue, and I'm just like, man, I just murder everybody. This is great. This Pirate Rush Rogue, I'm not so sure about. I think Serrated Tooth, though, could just be good in just deck. Like, you don't have to Pirate Rush people. You can just play good minions, and at one point you'll have a turn where you can rush them if you want to.
Yeah, it's not pirate specific. The reason we're mentioning that is because there's a lot of pirate rushing in Rogue in this set, but Serrated Tooth is just any minion.
Is anything? Well, anything you have on. Is it on
whatever
board?
you put on the board that turn, we'll have. So
yeah, it's on the board, not in your hand, but
you can also do like death rattly things. So there's cool stuff. I don't know. I'm gonna mess with this for sure.
I'm more excited about Serrated Tooth than I am about StolenSteal, for sure.
I'm more excited for StolenSteal, but I really like Test Rogue, so it's personal.
I think Serrated
preference.
Tooth is the better card for sure, though. This is like finally a good rogue weapon, right?
Yeah.
Which they just don't have.
Yep. Well, let's take one more break and thank our other sponsor today before we move into Shaman. It's MeUndies. That's right. They're back sponsoring this episode of The Angry Chicken. I mean, this year you can tackle your holiday shopping early. It's only December 3rd. It's only December 3rd. Dills and Jocelyn are swapped again. I'm going to call them Jills and Jocelyn. If you're watching the video, you can just deal with it because I'm not changing it because that's how excited about MeUndies I am. But you can get everything you need for your loved ones at MeUndies, and they're going to be super comfortable. So, I mean, not only does MeUndies use that micro-modal fabric, which is 3 times softer than cotton. 3 times! You can't argue with that. You can also get a style that is perfectly suited for you. You can choose from 4 different cuts, all of which are available from classic colors all the way through to adventurous prints. Dills, you're rocking a MeUndies onesie at the moment.
Certainly am,
at this
Garrett,
exact moment.
It is quite comfortable. It is the most comfortable piece of anything that I own. Every time I get home from a long bartending shift, it's just as soon as I get in the door, everything comes off. Onesie goes on. That's the new.
That's the new thing.
I'm glad that this
new after work plan right there. That's every single time. These things are sweet. They're made out of the same material that the underwear is made out of, so they're just. It's just like putting me.
It's like underwear for your whole
underwear
body.
all over your body.
And not in a weird like rub it way, but in like an actual wear it way.
Yeah. No, and it's super comfortable. Yeah, it's great. I love it so much. I wish I could wear one of these every single day of the week.
I mean, you could just order enough that
I could order like 5 more of them, yeah, and then I'd just be that weird MeUndies.
You'd be like a cartoon character. You open your closet.
That one guy who just only wears onesies. With that guy.
Your local coffee shop is like, here he is again, the onesie guy.
Yeah.
They just start writing onesie on your frappuccino. Yeah, that'll be good.
It's so comfy. Like, oh my
God.
I got. Look at me. I'm wrapped in underwear right now.
I never thought I'd have to specify that I got a 2-piece pajamas, but I got pajama pants and a t-shirt from MeUndies, which again made out of the same material that the underwear is made of. It's so soft, it's obscene. I love it. It's my favorite pajamas right now. I'm so glad. I would highly recommend if you need a gift idea for somebody to grab them some MeUndies pajamas for the holidays. They're great, and they've got really fun prints. Mine are holiday plaid as well. So makes me think of Hearthstone every time I slap them on. At the moment, I think let's see. Yep. I'm wearing what I call Twitch purple underpants. They are very purple. It's Twitch purple. I know they have names for their bold colors, but I forget what this actual purple is called. It's the same damn color as Twitch. I love them. So anyways, if you would like to get 15% off your first pair, free shipping, and a 100% satisfaction guarantee, head on over to MeUndies.com/TAC. Again, you get 15% off. Head on over to MeUndies.com/TAC right now. You can treat yourself or you can treat your loved ones to the softest underwear or pajamas you've ever felt. So go try them out. We thank them for their support. MeUndies.com/TAC. Now, let's bring it home with still an obscene amount of cards to talk about. Craghua, the frog, the Loa for the shaman. We knew it was going to be Craghua, especially those of us who are playing BFA, World of Warcraft at the moment. But we didn't know what the hell he was going to do. Craghua is a 6-mana, 4/6 legendary shaman beast with a battle cry that reads, return all spells you played last turn to your hand. So, yeah. Not only do you need to think about the next turn as a shaman because of things like overload, now you got to think about your previous turn. Actually, the card will probably glow. You probably don't need to worry about it too much.
I mean, yeah, like you spend one turn casting a bunch of spells, then you spend the next turn Craghwaing and getting them all back.
I'm not even sure if you need to cast a whole bunch of spells
Yeah,
to
has
make
like
this
2.
good. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Like, I mean, just having an extra healing rain or an extra volcano, I feel like would be fine. So I think that this card is good and balanced, and I like it.
You know what else too? If you put this in your Shutter Walk, and then when you Shutter Walk, it's a battle cry. You'll get whatever spells you cast the turn before the Shutter Walk back.
Yep.
It's just like, man, value.
That's
value.
Just what Shutterwalk needed. Another good battle cry.
Dude, Shutter Walk just got so much stronger with this and Zentimo. Like, I don't just, dude. With Rain of Toads, too. I mean, you play Shutter Walk, and then Rain of Toads happens, right? And you just protect your Shutter Walk.
I distinctly remember them mentioning at BlizzCon that Loa and Champions were going to go down different paths, but I'm pretty sure I want to play Zentimo with Craghua.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Of course I do.
This is the class that definitely has the most synergy between the two. Because you're right, they did say that they kind of wanted things to go down separate paths. But yeah, I feel like Craghua and Zentimo, they kind of naturally go well together, because you play Zentimo a whole bunch of spells, and then Craghua the next turn get all those spells back. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Good card.
Yeah, just spell-based shaman with some sweet battle cries and a Shutterwalk.
And a Shutterwalk, yeah. And chat saying you can only fit 30 cards in a Shutterwalk deck. It's possible to build 2 different kinds of Shutterwalk decks. I mean, we've even seen Shutterwalk evolve over the last little while, like from what it was at first with the whole like OTK type combo. But now it's more like people have moved away from that to just have this kind of like value with Hagatha and all the rest of it. Like, you're not necessarily killing your opponent in one turn anymore with Shutterwalk. So I don't think there's any reason why you can't have Shutterwalk in its current iteration and then maybe switch it up a bit and have more of a Craghua spell-based Shutterwalk deck that works too.
Yeah. I mean, we do say that sometimes, right? It's like, oh, it's hard to find a spot for this, but this seems powerful enough that I want to try and find room for it.
It's a one there too. I need to put 2 of these in. I just need to find space for 1.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like I say, a lot of times in Shutterwalk, you just need that one more board clear or that one more heal. So even just playing this the turn after you Volcano or the turn after you Healing Rain, probably worth.
Mm-hmm. And outside of Shutterwalk, this is still a great card. You know.
Yeah.
You're also only paying like 1 extra mana for a 4/6 body.
Mm-hmm.
For all that value.
For that value,
like,
yeah.
A 5 mana 4/6 is kind of that's been the baseline for a while. 6 mana 4/6, it's not that much worse. Like, I could see this being like a 7 mana 4/4 or something like that with an effect like this, but no, 6 mana 4/6. That seems really, really, really strong.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, because he's going to help you fight for board too, right? Like 6 health, that's not easy to remove. So
you're not throwing a light noodle onto the board. You're throwing a decent body. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I like Craghua a lot. What this has to do with a giant frog that eats people, I don't know, but great effect. Just good card all around.
Mm-hmm.
And doesn't necessarily need to have the spirit on the board at the same time. I know a decent amount of the low-end spirits we've looked at have been like, ooh, this would be a good combo if, both could hit the board at the same time. But, Spirit of the Frog.
I don't even play a spirit. I just play Craghua and non-spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spirit kind of sucks, honestly.
Yeah, their spirit isn't great. Yeah. Especially now that we've seen everything, I don't think that the spirit is necessarily that great, but I think Craghua, there's an argument to include him in basically any shaman deck that also has spells, which is
that has good spells.
All of them. But yeah, like anything where you're running Lightning Storm, Volcano, Healing Rain, like even like if you're going down, which we haven't really seen shaman do in a while, but maybe some sort of like lightning bolty, lava bursty, burny shaman, like play all your burn and then get it all back again. Like that seems good too. So anywhere you're running spells, I think you run Craghua because like we said, one of and value and a good body. So
yeah, I think you're being
you run spirit.
being a little mean to the spirit. I mean, because the spirit helps you guarantee that you find those cards. I mean, certainly if you draw your highest cost spell first, that kind of stinks, but it stinks anyway because you're probably not playing that anytime soon.
Yeah, I just think of all the other spirits and all the other spirit lowest synergy, this is the worst.
If I'm going to play a 3 mana 0/3, I would rather play a totem that draws a card every turn.
Mana Tide, yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
Then it's just drawing any card. Like I don't have to satisfy a condition other than ending my turn to get a card.
I just feel like the spirit. Okay, yeah, you're right. If you get the spirit down, and you have time to do that, sure, you can get a lot of value out of it. But
I think the spirit would be a lot better if it just said when you cast a spell, draw a spell from your deck.
Draw another spell. Yeah, the fact that it always goes
that makes it bad. Yeah.
Or you have to put in sequential spells, right?
Yeah.
And that's maybe not what you want.
Yeah, like I would love to play my Healing Rain that would then draw me a volcano, but there's that mana in between that it's
Healing Rain, Hex, volcano.
Oh, I guess Hex. Yeah, Hex is there. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, you're getting.
But then I have to play my Healing Rain maybe before I'm ready to Healing Rain.
Yeah, it's awkward.
Yeah.
It's just everything's just a little awkward with it, right? And also, like, it costs 3 to play it. Then whatever spell you play costs like 4, and then the next one you draw costs 5. You can't play that one immediately. The spirit's then dead the next turn. You probably only got 1 card off of it. I'm more about the Mana Tide. I'm about that Mana Tide life over this, I think. But it's very possible that I'm totally wrong and it's awesome. And you go like lightning bolt into like in Wild, you're like lightning bolt, crackle, lava burst, and you're just like the guy's like, dude, I'm dead. What are you doing? Stop.
I don't know.
That could be a thing.
I want to play around with the spirit in token quite a bit. Just anything that buffs the 0/3 into something and comboing it with spells. It intrigues me quite a bit.
Yeah, totally.
But let's talk about the card with the best name in the history of this entire card game, Wartbringer. It is a 1 mana 2/1 common shaman minion with a battle cry that reads, if you played 2 spells this turn, deal 2 damage.
If I play 2 spells this turn, is there stuff left to deal 2 damage to? I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe it helps guarantee kills off stuff with Lightning Storm, so it's kind of another, maybe. But then, like, if you're lightning storming and what's the other spell that you're playing? Like, how late in the game are we going to try to do this?
Yeah, it's a little. I mean, it's a fair card. If it said play a spell then deal 2 damage, I'd be like, holy crap, that's super strong. But it's probably bad. But it intrigues me to mess around with it.
Yeah.
Also, let's imagine that I am playing like a burn aggro shaman. It's like one more burn
it's
spell.
More reach, yeah.
Right. So
I
it doesn't say deal 2 damage to a minion. So again,
it goes face.
This is a face thing. Yeah.
I feel the way about Wartbringer that you feel about Spirit of the Throg.
Yeah.
I think this is I have to stretch really hard to think of scenarios where this is okay, let alone good.
Yeah. Its effect on its own, like if it didn't have any conditional to it, a 1 mana 2/1 that deals 2 damage is really freaking good.
Yeah.
I'm like, but I have to do 2 spells. If I did 2 spells, I feel like most of the time that probably dealt with the board. The 2 spells,
And it's
got this thing.
Also, I had to use a decent amount of mana. I still need to have a mana left over. What is 2 damage and a 2/1 doing at this point in the game?
Yeah, exactly. So now it is true though that like, there's always something to be said for a cheap minion that can be thrown on the board. And when you try to flip the board, you generally want to be dealing damage and then putting stuff into play, right? So it's possible that there's, I'm going to play with it. I'm going to try it out. We'll see. But I have a feeling that's
maybe it's
come back out of my.
Maybe they wanted to water down the Discover a Battlecry minion pool.
Yeah.
Could be.
By the way, yeah, that would be kind of interesting. Although at that point, if you play Shudderwalk, this would just randomly deal 2 damage to something. Like you played 2 spells the turn before.
Well, no, it's not the turn before. It's that turn. That's the thing, right? Like, so.
Well, yeah. But I mean, you'd have to play 2 spells with the turn that, like, before you play the Shudderwalk. I mean.
Yes. Yeah. So by the time your Shudderwalks are 1 mana, like you've pretty much already won the game.
It's not going to be happening.
Yeah. Then do I care about Wartbringer? No, I do not.
Yeah. It's a shame. Great name. Awesome card art.
Yeah. I really wish it was if you played 1 spell this turn, because then I think you could combo it very well with a Volcano or with a Lightning Storm, which
would be way too good.
It would be,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, is I do feel this is the point where the card is balanced, but I also feel it's just not a good card at that point. But anything else becomes too strong.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Wartbringer. Go treat your warts in the corner. Let's move down into Warlock, where we have yet to talk about Demon Bolt, an 8-mana common Warlock spell that reads Destroy a minion, costs 1 less for each minion you control. I love the design of this card in Warlock.
Do you put this in a zoo deck to help you
No.
maybe get through a taunt?
Nope.
That's why I focused my positivity on the design of the card.
Yeah, the design is
I
cool.
really like the
if
design.
I have 7 minions, I probably am just winning.
Yeah.
I don't think I need to Demon Bolt anything. Now you could play.
Well, I was thinking for playing it around like 3 to 4 mana. Like if I have a few.
Yeah, if I have 4
Yeah.
minions,
I mean,
then
if-
4 mana, I could kill anything.
If you have 3 minions, this is an assassinate.
Right, exactly.
Anything beyond that, this is arguably the best card removal in the game. But you have
But
to
you
have...
could, I mean, you could Hyreek the Bat and then for 1 mana Demon Bolt something. So for turn 9, you Hyreek, and then you 1 mana kill a thing. I mean, yeah, okay, that sounds great. But I do think though that if I play a zoo deck, I put in zoo minions. You know. Also, zoo is at this point in time a deck that generally has like 2 or 3 minions on board every turn.
Yeah, they kind of go taller as
not
opposed
6.
to wider
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, your minions are a little beefier.
Mm-hmm.
They're, you know, it's less about I've got so many little guys that I then put a dog in between them and kill a bunch of things. Like it doesn't work that way anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't been that case for a while. But again, I like
But
the
I do
design of
like them with Hyreek. That's cool. I hadn't
Yeah,
thought
no,
about
it's interesting. If you make a Hyreek deck, you probably definitely put in Demon Bolts.
I think that's worth bringing up. Also, we mentioned this last episode. I can't remember which card made us bring it up, but you know, if you're working with a limited card pool, like if you're a budget player, or this can even extend into Arena, I think this is a really interesting card.
Oh yeah, it's a common, which is weird because historically I would have always expected this card to be an epic. The way that they
It seems
describe
epic.
epics, like
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, they're the complicated cards. I'm like, yeah, this seems like an effect that's not totally obvious right away, you know?
Maybe they think we can finally understand it.
Sure.
We can be trusted with math.
Yeah,
on
they're like,
commons.
okay, I think you guys can figure it out now. Common.
Yeah, I like this card. I don't think it's going in any standard decks anytime soon, but I do like Demon Bolt.
Yeah, I'm just not sure if the Hyreek deck, whatever that looks like, but the hand buffing and stuff, I don't know if that's going to be more powerful than Even Lock or
Yeah, or Zoo. Yeah.
Zoo. Yeah. So again,
also-
we're kind of running into the same problem with Warlock that we were running into with Druid, is that what they're currently doing is pretty good. It's pretty powerful.
Sure.
So why would you change that until rotation, obviously?
I also think though that the discard lock might be a thing now. Maybe you could throw that in here because once you do the quest, suddenly you're just pooping out 3/2s every turn, right? And
Does the portal count? Because it
No,
takes
I
up
would
a
doubt it
board
would.
space, right?
it's not a minion.
But it's not a
portal.
minion, yeah. So that's why I don't know. Because then I have the ability.
But you're making 2 3/2s every turn, so
Mhm.
you'd probably have a decent amount of minions on board.
That is, that's a good, yeah, that's a good point to bring up because then it's just adding to your minion count with anything else that you're playing that turn.
Yep. So it's possible that deck wants to use Demon Bolts. We'll see.
Yeah. I really want to make discard Warlock work.
It seems like
been
it's got,
around for a while,
like it's got the
but it
possibilities
hasn't
now,
been good.
right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's really enjoyed it when we were trying to make it work a little while ago. So bring it on. There's one more Warlock card we haven't talked about, and it's Blood Troll Sapper. It's a 7-mana 5/8 common Warlock minion. It also reads, after a friendly minion dies, deal 2 damage to the enemy hero.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah. I don't know that it's...
You don't think it's... I don't know if it's playable, but it seems kind of fun that you could be doing trades and then also dealing damage at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, I just... Again, it's I guess I'm not, what's the word I'm looking for, creative enough. It's hard for me to look at this with the field of Warlocks that currently exist, or even the new cards that are coming and think, yeah, this plays into an obvious archetype. That's either...
I think it's because it's so expensive. So big and so expensive, right?
Yeah, that I don't think come turn 7 this is a particularly powerful effect.
Yeah, I would want to put this in like my zoo deck, so I want it to be like 3 or 4 mana and smaller.
Yeah.
We got Robot Joce back, by the way.
Oh, for
That was a great self-censorship. This is just a lot in life today. I think it's just going to keep happening.
Yeah. So, yeah, the problem with this card is it's not aggressively costed to do an aggressive thing, right? Like an aggro type of thing needs to cost less than 7 mana. So, yeah. Like you have to put a whole bunch of stuff on the board, then drop this guy, and then do a bunch of trading, and then deal a bunch of face damage. But like if I have a bunch of dudes on the board, I could probably just go face with those dudes.
That's the other thing too, is unless you're doing 2 damage to the face, why would you be trading?
Yeah. Like I'd rather just smash your face with my dudes and not play a 7 mana 5/8. So probably not gonna see play.
Yeah. Agreed.
But that's okay. Not every card has to be a winner.
agreed. Ready to talk.
It's better now. I don't know what's going on, but it's better now.
I don't know.
It's just gonna have to roll with it.
Sorry, guys.
That's not not a damn thing you can do about it. Don't apologize. Dragon Roar. We're moving into Warrior. Dragon Roar is a 2 mana common warrior spell. It reads, add 2 random dragons to your hand. Oh, there it is. More dragon fuel that we were missing last week.
Yeah, I think though that I just want to put the dragons I want in my deck, not random ones.
Well, yeah, we were talking about whether we knew Dragon Warrior was going to be good or not, and said that it would probably depend on if there were either neutral dragons or warrior dragons that would help you shore up the amount of dragons in your deck so that you made sure that you actually got those synergies off. So I think this way is a way to make sure that you've got dragons in your hand. Huzzah. But I think I would have rather had targeted dragons.
Yeah, what if it was like 4 mana draw 2 dragons from your deck? I'd be down with that, but yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not convinced. I think I can find enough dragons to get the small amount of dragon synergy that I need. Because really, what am I trying to do? Like, what dragon stuff am I really doing here? I'm doing the 3 mana guy. I'm doing the 5 mana guy. I'm doing the 7 mana guy. I'm probably playing odd. I probably don't even put in Dragon Roar because it's even. So I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I'll put in Ysera. I'll put in Alexstrasza. I'll put in a couple of like bigger dragons, and then I'll just try to draw them.
I don't know. I like Dragon Roar. I like turning 1 card into 2 in my hand. Even though I feel we've moved away from card advantage being overly important.
Yeah.
I think
it's one of those things though where historically finding 2 random cards has never really been a thing that sees play.
Yeah, I don't know, but still the way the dragons work. Like, you just want dragons in your hand at a certain point. I mean, with the worst case scenario is that you get high-cost dragons that you cannot play, but you're still gaining an upside from that by triggering your other dragon battle cries.
Yeah. Just sometimes you're just going to get absolute garbage dragons, and you're going to be real sad about it. And most of the time, yeah, it's like, I think I just want to put in the specific cards I want and not hope that I put in this and I just get something good. And
are there bad dragons that you wouldn't want?
I mean, none of the dragons are like terrible. I'm just saying, like, they're not the specific ones that I want. You know what
that's kind of my
hoarding dragon sucks. There's like I don't know. There's just, to me, I'm like, nah. I just want to put it, like, I want to have like 6 or 7 dragons in my deck, because back in the day too, like there was Dragon Warrior that didn't run like 20 dragons. You know, or like current Dragon Priest with the Dustbreaker. It runs like Twilight Drake and like a couple other things, but you don't need, with a 30 card deck, you don't need like 20 dragons. You need like 7.
Yeah, I mean, I would say Sleepy Dragon, I don't want to play it out of my hand.
No,
I don't want to pay 9 mana for Sleepy Dragon. The reason we're seeing play, and I think the reason your gut reaction is, oh, that's a good card, is because Druids are cheating it out.
There's a 3/4 dragon for 4. Makes your weapons cost less. There are bad dragons.
Yeah, but I think like even if you pull like one or two or even both of your, I guess if you low roll and get 2 bad dragons, that kind of sucks. But then even then, you're still enabling all of the things that you want to do with your, Ember Scale Drakes and your Lancers, right? So I think it's still good. Like 2 mana guarantee that all your dragon stuff gets activated. Seems okay.
To me, it doesn't seem like it warrants a spot in my 30 cards. I think I'd rather just play specific dragons that I want, and then these things, and then other cards that are good and not 2 mana activate my dragon things. Like I think my dragon things will be activated a high enough percentage of the time that I don't need this card, and I don't like. I'm just talking from historical Hearthstone and how it's worked in the past. Put 2 random cards into my hand is like never really seen play.
Yeah.
And it always seems like a great idea at first. And then over time, like as deck lists become refined, these are the types of cards that come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I agree. I think it just depends. Like I think I need to like build the deck to figure out if I can hit that like sweet spot for enough dragons to give me synergy. And if I can't, then I think I Dragon Roar.
Sure. Yeah. No, if the dragon payoff is high enough and it's too hard to make it work, then yeah, this would be a card you could go to. It's a tool in the toolbox.
Yeah.
I think it's a tool in the toolbox that stays in the toolbox most of the time. And I pull out, my other tools like my Alexstrasza's and my Yaceras and whatnot.
PG-13 rated show, Dills. We don't need to hear about you pulling out your tools. I'm saying I'm understanding everything you're saying. I'm saying just because we're dealing with dragons here is the only reason I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. Is that I think adding 2 random something to your hand that's dragons has a chance of being worth it because it's dragons.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
like I'd rather play 6/5 dragon turns into another dragon, that kind of thing over 2 mana spell. Like because Hearthstone is such a tempo based game, right? That oftentimes unless you're super control oriented and like in the super control oriented dragon deck, well, the problem is you're also probably playing odd if you're doing that. But if you're playing a non-odd version of that super control, this is resource generation. Yes. So that is possible. In a deck that just sits back, waits, just generating two extra cards can definitely be good. Is that the version of the deck that gets run, or is it more of a tempo type thing,
Yeah. I think my concern with Dragon Warrior at this point is that I don't think the Dragon Synergy cards are good enough, or that we got enough of them.
Yeah.
Like I'm not sure Smolderthorn Lancer, I don't feel like I'm that interested in destroying damaged minions that early in the game. And Ember Scale Drake, I have enough ways to gain a bazillion armor as a warrior.
Well, so the way I look at it is definitely an odd control warrior, because it's Smolderthorn Lancer is not meant to be played on 3. It's meant to be played whenever you need an execute effect in a deck that can't run executes, right? So, and then obviously Crowd Roaster, another removal thing. Like, yeah, it seems to me like it's
7 mana, right?
Yeah, 7 mana, 7/4. And if you're
it is a dragon. Ember Scale, generate armor that then you can use to shield slam things, all that kind of stuff. You can Reckless Flurry, with them. You know what I mean? Like all that stuff just screams odd control warrior to me. So, so then you're like, here's a 2 mana generate dragons, and you're like, nope. I don't even see that because I put Baku in, and now I don't even see 2 mana cards. It doesn't exist.
Fair. So maybe it's just a budget card for trying to make dragons work. Do you take it in Arena?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So your tune changes drastically in a limited environment.
In a super slow meta like Arena, yes. Although it depends on what bucket this lands in, because there's definitely going to be cards I'll take over it.
Yeah, I would like
to.
Yeah,
up against a decent minion,
comments, right?
yeah, if it's up against a decent minion, I will take the decent minion.
Yeah,
but if this ends up in like a trash tier bucket, it'll probably be one of the better trash tier cards.
Right? Yash Gaming, I'm aware that execute is powerful. For the record, just like chill. Not, but when I think of dragon decks historically, it's about curving out, and and then Smolderthorn on curve is not that exciting.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but the new set of dragon tools we're getting is not a curve out tempo based deck. Like all those tempo based dragon cards were sweet, but we don't have the 6 mana 9/9 anymore. We don't have the 5 mana 5/4 deal 3 damage. We don't have any of that stuff anymore. So it's definitely, this is just an odd control dragon warrior thing.
Yep. Devastate is the other warrior card we need to talk about, and just because there's a dragon on there does not mean it is dragon synergy. It is a 1 mana common warrior spell, and it reads deal 4 damage to a damaged minion. So 1 mana, 4 damage. But
Early game execute.
Yeah, I think I'll just execute things instead.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's one of these things like in a vacuum, not a bad card. Maybe 1 mana, deal 4 damage in a class where it's relatively easy to get at least a point of damage out to the board. But does it find a deck slot? I don't think so.
For 1 more mana, would you believe that for 1 more mana I could deal as much damage as I need?
But you were just
but you can't do that in Odd Warrior.
Yes, yeah,
No,
exactly.
but I think if I'm playing Odd Warrior, I just put in the Smolderthorn Lancer. I don't put in Devastate.
This is the tilting point where it's like, yes, there are only so many card slots. Hard to find one for this one.
I'd rather Shield Slam. There's many things I'd rather do than Devastate. Literally, in Odd Warrior, Shield Slam is a Devastate that can go on anything because my hero power
is 4
armor. So yeah.
Well, the only thing is why I think Devastate is a little bit better than Shield Slam in Odd Warriors, because they do run Reckless Flurry, so then they're destroying all their armor, so then you can still, even without armor, do a Devastate thing. Maybe is a thing. I don't know. Maybe.
The thing is, even when they Reckless Flurry, though, like they kill everything with Reckless Flurry, and then when they need to devastate something, and they just hero power again later. Like at that point, it's probably late enough game that you can hero power on the same.
Unless they've boomed and they don't have the armor generation guarantee.
That's true.
Anymore.
Yeah. Yep.
But then you probably want an actual execute and not 4 damage because of how late in the game it is.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's fine. I think the deck has enough removal without this card. So, and yeah, they can't run the 4 mana whirlwind weapon. They can't.
Right.
You can only run the 1 mana whirlwind. There's not a bunch of whirlwind effects anymore. Like there just aren't as many. Remember, we used to have the 3 mana 3/3 that whirlwinded too. That's gone.
Yeah. Damn it, I'm blanking on it now. But yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Like we used to, all the like wild cards are just like, I just say what they do. I don't have enough room in my brain for these current
for so many names.
Yeah.
Unless they were extremely memorable.
I think this card is probably a pass most of the time.
Yeah.
Again, though, decent card in Arena. In Arena, its removal is a little more premium. So,
yeah. Before we move into neutrals, we usually thank patrons before emails. We're not doing emails because there's no damn time for them. But let's thank them before we move into neutrals and say thank you if you're supporting us at patreon.com/TAC. We very much appreciate it. And if you like what we're doing here on The Angry Chicken, that is the best way to support us. And on this episode, we want to thank our latest patron, Jason C. Thank you, Jason. Welcome to the party. It was a party before, but now it's like more of a party with patrons.
yeah, but now the party's got Jason.
Yeah.
Welcome, Jason, and thank you for the support. So again, it's patreon.com/TAC if you would like to support the show. Now let's get into the home stretch and look at neutrals. Now we're not going to talk about every single neutral, but we are going to definitely finish off the legendaries. We haven't talked about Hakar the Soul Flayer yet. It's a 10 mana 9/6 legendary neutral minion with a death rattle that reads, shuffle a corrupted blood into each player's deck.
Well, what does a corrupted blood do, Garrett?
I'm glad you asked, Dills. It's a 1 mana spell that reads, casts when drawn, take 3 damage. After you draw, shuffle 2 copies of this into your deck. So you want to be running a mill deck that forces your opponent to mill, because otherwise this is equally as dangerous.
Yeah, it's bad for you too. But so there's a lot of hype around this card. That being said, I don't think it's actually a good card. It's a fun card. Does a fun thing by killing your opponent with corrupted bloods. But yeah, the way it works too is kind of awkward. So it draws it, then it draws the next card. So like, let's say you are in fatigue and you got just a single corrupted blood in your deck now. The next turn you will draw the corrupted blood, take 3 damage, then you will gain fatigue. Then 2 more corrupted bloods will go in. And then the turn after, then you will draw corrupted blood, then your next take a fatigue. Then 4 more will go in. So it does
would this go
speed up fatigue, but it doesn't insta fatigue you, right? Which a lot of people think it does.
What if you did this in Togwaggle Druid? So you force your opponent into fatigue and then, or I guess force yourself into fatigue. So you only have corrupted bloods and then you Togwaggle and then naturalize. How does it work with naturalize? Because you're drawing 2 cards with naturalize. So would that be the infinite?
No, because it'll still do is if you naturalize, it'll force so the first draw will be this.
Yeah.
Then it'll try to draw the next card. Like it still doesn't infinite you.
Okay.
I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, but it does speed it up. It definitely does speed it up. Fatigue goes faster with this card. But yeah, it's it's like a lot of people looked at it and thought it was insta fatigue your deck.
Right.
And it's not. But it is significantly faster. The thing is though, if you fatigue somebody, you kind of just kill them anyway. Like this card or not, right? So I don't know.
I mean, if you're very into mill, this is a very exciting card.
Sure. This to me is a fun meme card. You will see tons of trolled in videos with this
Toast
card.
videos.
You'll see, streamers making it and memeing with it.
Cue the epic sax.
See it at the World Championships.
Right.
Who knows? We don't know what the World Championships are going to look like, Dills.
I guess not.
We have no clue.
Yeah.
The new format might be Hokar the Soul Flayer is required as an inclusion for all we know.
Now that I can get behind.
Whiz bangs for all.
We do not have time to talk about that today.
No, we don't. We don't.
That'll be the next episode. Let's talk about another legendary that has had a ton of hype, The Undertaker. It's an 8-mana, 8/5 legendary neutral minion with a battle cry that reads, gain the death rattle effects of 3 friendly minions that died this game.
Word.
This is such a
Priest?
cool card.
Or just any death rattle deck at all.
Well, I'm thinking of just trying to play 3 specific death rattles and then the Undertaker and try to get, something very specific to happen with him. I just haven't really theory crafted it yet, but I'm sure there's something super cool.
How would you guarantee that you I guess you just want to combo with a play dead because it's a cheap way to trigger a death rattle, right? Because you also want to guarantee you're getting the death rattle to pop on Undertaker at least once.
Well, yeah, but I mean, all I have to do is just play those 3 death rattle minions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but if you just play him and then hope for the best, he could get silenced, he could get hexed, he could get polymorphed, etc. So your part of your combo has got to be triggering his death rattle the same turn you play him, right?
Yeah, totally. Or or just like force them to play out their silences or whatever. Like, I mean, sure, yeah. I just that to me is the fun of this card. Not just play a whole bunch of death rattles and then also, I mean, if you do play a whole bunch of death rattles, you would put the Undertaker in, right? But
I was gonna say, like, if this just is played on turn 8 in Death Rattle Hunter, I think it's good because you're gonna get some eggs and stuff like that.
You'll get Katharina, you'll get you'll get Kill a Guy, you'll get all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I feel like that's just good.
The thing is though, like the cube effects won't work, right? Because
the cubes
will not have actually eaten anything. So yeah. But like I'm thinking of like in Wild with Druid, I can play this with the Astral Tiger. I can play it with the 9/7 that puts it back into your deck, and then I could just have like infinite Undertakers into my deck. Seems cool.
Yep.
Also in Wild, I can play with N'Zoth too, so I can also bring back the Undertaker.
Gross! I just threw up in my mouth.
Although I actually don't know if the Undertaker would come back because he wouldn't because he's a battle cry. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But that's fine because I'll get those other things back. So
like the wrestler he is named after, he always comes back. Always. By the way,
his flavor text does reference that, I believe.
Oh, does it? Okay, let's see. Flavor text. First, death rattle, draw a card. Second, draw 2 cards. Third, throw Monkind off a steel cage or Monkind, sorry, off a steel cage and plummet 16 feet through an announcer's table.
Yep.
Nice. Well done. Also, Dills, I'm going to force you to talk about art. This freaking this troll berserker is straight up dressed up like the Undertaker, and it's wonderful.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's just not wearing the hat.
So his golden version has like looks like ghostly spirits like coming into his belt and stuff too. So yeah, there's definitely meme stuff going on here with the art and the flavor text.
I love this card. This is one of the most exciting cards out of the set for me.
Yeah, this is sweet.
Really excited about the Undertaker. Also, I have to keep saying Undertaker. So thank you for that, Hearthstone. Thank you. Undertaker. Mojo Master Zihi is next. Sounds like I'm giggling. It's a 6 mana 5/5 legendary neutral minion with a battle cry that reads, set each player to 5 mana crystals.
This card is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Druid.
I don't know if it's gonna see play because like it definitely is, you look at it and you go, okay, this is trying to counter Druid ramping past me and stuff like that, bring him back down to earth. But like it also counters like late control combos, right? So like if someone's gonna OTK you on like turn 10, you're like, nope, can't do it yet. You gotta wait 5 more turns. The problem though is that it feels like the type of deck you would play this in to counter those types of decks is an aggro type of deck, and this is a 6 mana 5/5. So there has to be like a ton of those out there, and like they're really good against you, and you keep losing to them, and then you're like, okay, I got a solution to that problem. But
yeah, because I feel like you want to play this in a deck where you being on 5 mana crystals on turn 10 is not going to cause you a problem.
Yeah, because you got lots of cheap stuff in your deck.
Because you have cheap stuff, so you can keep doing things. So yeah.
No, it's a.
But it's definitely anti-combo, like anti-late game.
It's a meta percentage question, right? Like you said, are there enough ramping druids? Are there enough combo decks that it is worth slowing my deck down to include Zihi?
Yeah.
Yeah, you basically just reset the game state back to a turn 5, like a mid-game game state.
Yeah, when you still have resources, but your opponent has exhausted their early to mid-game.
Sure. Yep. Yeah, could be interesting.
I don't think
we shall see. It's a wait and see card for me, but
I feel like it's a tech card. I think
if we were doing this Mythbuster style, I would stamp this plausible. Like I find the universe where you play this and want to climb plausible.
Yeah, no, it seems like it's got so much potential, and its effect is super cool and super unique. It's the only way to do something like this.
Yeah.
That's always a card that possibly gets out there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's super meta dependent, I think.
Yeah.
Also,
it's
super
gonna
dependent on
feel
what you're
so. Yeah, it's gonna feel so good too to just slam this on 6 when you've got a druid that's already ramped up to 9 or 10.
Oh yeah, and you're just like, hey man,
I am undoing your nourish, you dick.
Bro.
It's getting a little spicy today, Jocelyn.
Sorry. I just have had it with druids and their ramp.
Grifta is next. It's a 4 mana 4/5 legendary neutral minion that also has a battle cry that reads, discover 2 cards, give 1 to your opponent at random. So you don't know which one you're giving to your opponent.
Yeah, this is weird, man, because like, so I guess
weird in a good way though. I like this card design. I think it's cool. I don't know if you play it, but I think it's cool.
So do you discover once and then discover again, and then one of those cards goes to the opponent?
Yeah, so it sounds like you choose 2 cards, and then randomly you'll get 1, and randomly they'll get 1.
But I mean, so like you don't see 3 cards and pick 2 of them. You see 3 cards, pick 1. 3 cards, pick 1.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so discover twice. Yeah.
Okay. So the one thing that I will say is, whatever card you give them, you now know that they have that card.
Yes.
So you do have information over your opponent.
Yeah, because they don't know. I would assume. What card
you got. Yeah.
Yeah, I would assume they don't know, unless like when you hover over in the like what have you played thing, if it shows the 2 cards. I don't know.
That'd be weird if it did.
That would be weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be very
I'm
strange.
assuming it doesn't. So like, to me, like that's the one thing where I'm like, okay, there's a slight advantage to this. But the problem is like you can't ever pick one really good card and one really bad card because like then you're
Because
just
you might get the bad card.
you
Yeah.
might get the bad card. So you either pick 2 good cards or 2 bad cards. I'll play with it. I'll have fun, but no.
Yeah. I don't
for
see
good decks.
why. Yeah.
Not for good decks.
I don't know why you'd want to do this.
Yeah.
But he's super like I love his design. I think it's really neat and interesting, and they're definitely thinking outside the box. And his art is amazing. So
You know where this card will go? This card will go in co-op brawls.
You figured it out, Dills. You figured it out.
there you go. Crack the code.
It's going in my Aladdin deck because there's totally the genie's lamp hanging in his trench coat. By the way, in the art.
Yeah, he's literally like a dude just trying to sell you weird trinkety things.
Yep.
Want to buy a fetish?
I know that fetishes are a troll thing, but like, yeah, that sounds so bad.
Get with me, lore nerd. Get with me.
Oh, I'm there. But anyone who doesn't know that that's like troll talismans or fetishes are going to be like, what is Garrett even talking about?
We make dirty jokes on the show all the time. Let him just think it's one. Anyways, at this point, there are so many neutrals to still talk about. Let's just open it up. What neutrals do we still want to talk about? I definitely want to talk about Untamed Beastmaster.
Yeah,
because
that's a good card.
Untamed Beastmaster is a 3-mana 3/4 epic neutral minion that reads whenever you draw a beast, give it +2/+2. So 3-mana 3/4. That's all right. That's already pretty good. And that's drawing a beast, giving it +2/+2. Obviously good. We've been talking about Beast Druid today, and we already believe in Beast Synergy and Hunter.
Yeah, I mean, so we talked. Yeah, Quest Hunter. This possibly is a thing that comes in there and makes it decent. Because if you're drawing those
more room.
Yeah, if you're drawing those 1-mana 3/2s, but now you're turning them into 5/4s, and then you just can like chain them, right? Like, that could be real strong. I also just think that you're right. It just passes the vanilla test. I just put this in just a beast mid-range hunter, and just make all them beasts strong, right? So
or even the druids, right? Like
or the druid. Yep, exactly.
Big beast, like because you were talking about drawing and playing beasts with those spells. So I mean, yeah, why not throw a Beastmaster in there too?
Yep, makes sense to me. Seems just like a real strong card, and I'm definitely gonna pick the hell out of this in arena too.
I like this card a lot.
I was gonna bring up. We should talk about Moshog Announcer because it's just weird that we have this now. This ogre effect, but it's not a drawback to you at all.
Yeah, so it's a 5-mana 6/5 epic neutral minion, and it reads enemies attacking this have a 50% chance to attack someone else.
Right. Yeah. So not even a different enemy, or like they could literally like attack their own stuff, which is
I don't know if it works that way because historically. But you're right. It doesn't say like another enemy. It's someone else.
No, it has to have a chance of attacking their own stuff, including their own face, because it says someone. It doesn't even specify minions, let alone enemy minions.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. If that's the case, like this is just really friggin' good on like an arena deck and stuff. Like just a 6 or a 5-mana 6/5. It's like overpowered for its cost. And then you attack whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
And then your opponent's like, I hope I kill it. And sometimes they don't.
Or, they'd have to use a spell, right?
Yeah. So, it's pretty sweet.
It's kind of like Misdirect. Yeah, it's like Misdirect built into like a 50% chance to misdirect, I guess.
Yes. Flip a coin. Maybe Misdirect.
Yeah.
Actually,
that's kind of cool.
Maybe Misdirect would have been a good name for this card. Yeah, this is a very unique ogre. So bringing in the traditional ogre effect, but a different take on it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it is a very clear Star Wars reference.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. You're right. The pod racing announcers from episode 1.
Yep.
Oh.
A 2-headed announcer.
Nice.
I like that.
Where's Jabba eating frogs off to the side? That's what I want to know. I want to also talk about Mass Contender. It's a 3-mana, 2/4 epic neutral minion with a battle cry that reads, if you control a secret, play a secret from your deck.
It's kind of interesting.
If I'm playing a secret hunter or a secret mage.
I was gonna say, I feel like, anytime you get free secrets, then mage is always the best, right? Because their secrets are the highest cost and do the most stuff because they're higher costed. So I feel like, mage is definitely gonna take a look at this card.
The one thing though is that for mage, it's harder to have the secret always in play
ahead of this. Yeah.
So hunter plays a secret on 2, plays this on 3, gets another secret in play.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah.
From your deck too, not random. So that's
it pulls out a specific secret that you wanted. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I think this is good.
Yep. Dills, I'm surprised you don't want to talk about Ice Cream Peddler. I mean, there's your free shaman synergy you were looking for.
The free shaman card that we've all been looking for.
Yeah, man. If you control a frozen minion, gain 8 armor.
No, sounds bad.
All I know.
Again, super fun, colorful art.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna say
that makes it playable, right?
All I know is that they better have these Murloc ice cream bars at next year's BlizzCon.
Yes, I want them.
Yeah, I want that. I want that so bad.
So there's like the normal assortment of whatever neutrals, right? But I do feel like this time around, so first of all, there's not a single vanilla at all.
Mm-hmm. Which I think this happened was it Kobolds last year? There was no neutral.
Yeah, no vanilla minions at all. So they're basically out of vanilla stuff to do. They're like, we don't have any more reason. We've exhausted all of the stat lines and things like that. Every card now needs to do something. But there's a lot of really fun just flavor to a lot of these cards. You got things like Dozing Marksman, 2-mana, 0/4. Has +4 attack while damage. Is literally like a dude sleeping with his gun, and then you damage him and you wake him up. He's like, "Oh, I'm up," and he's got it's suddenly a 2-mana 4/4 or 4/3 or whatever it's gonna be. Yeah, there's just all kinds of cool stuff like that.
Yeah,
and it's just to me, we don't have to talk about all these neutral cards, but I just think as a set of neutrals, this is probably the most excited I've been about a set of neutrals.
Yeah, there's some really good stuff in here. So do you think we're not going to see more vanilla minions until a new tribe is introduced?
Probably something like
Possibly,
that, or after rotation, some of those vanillas go away and you need to replenish.
Yeah, kind of like a first set of the year kind of thing, maybe.
Yeah. There also is now a 2-mana 2/1 silence coming back. Mm-hmm. Is this the only silence minion in the whole set too? I think it is, right?
I'm looking for it. Shieldbreaker.
Literally, it's an unnerved owl, but it only silences taunt.
Yeah.
It silences a minion with taunt, so it'll silence all their effects, but one of them has to be taunt.
Which is not necessarily bad, right? In a lot of these decks where you're running silence, a lot of them are relatively aggressive, and a lot of them are aiming to get rid of that pesky taunt that's keeping you from killing your enemy.
Yeah, taunt is the thing you need to get rid of. So it's okay, cool. There's a tool that's better than.
Mm-hmm.
Also,
and I'm super glad that it's an even cost and not an odd cost, because I feel like odd paladin would really want to do this.
But even paladin might want to do this now, and they couldn't play owl before, and spellbreaker a little expensive, so maybe you just want to throw in a shield breaker.
But I feel like it's fine in even paladin, because even paladin isn't the kind of super aggressive version, right? Odd paladin is the super aggressive version, so I don't want the super aggressive paladin to have access to a cheaper silence, right?
Also, I've been in the camp of silences kind of feel bad for a while, and I like that, if Shieldbreaker gets picked up and they start seeing play, that if I'm feeling bummed because it's ruining all of my buff fun, I can just not play taunt minions or not play buffs that
not
also
buff
give
the
my
taunt minions,
exactly. So this is something you can play around because it's conditional silence. I think this is a much better way to design silence.
I agree.
Yeah, conditional silences I think are always kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like them. There's a lot of interesting stuff in here. You got 2 mana
Arena Patron,
a coin.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about Arena Patron.
Make 2 bananas. There's all sorts of fun stuff in this set.
Yeah,
I think it's just amazing.
This
whole set, man, I'm super pumped about this entire set. This looks like the funnest expansion that we've had in a really long time.
Yeah, we got to talk about Arena Patron. Jocelyn, you wanted to talk about it's a 5-mana 3/3 with overkill. Summon another Arena Patron. So Grim Patron lives on with an armored brother.
But yeah, it's in this like super cool way that like I don't know if you're ever going to make this work because it has to do with basically like your opponent's board. Like if your opponent's playing Odd Paladin, awesome, because then I can, get everybody in here. But otherwise, like, so I don't think it's not going to be as good as old patrons were, but I love that they're just like reprinting the card in a different way. I think it's cool.
If you play it in Rogue with the weapon, you could give them Rush.
Yeah, Serrated Tooth. So patron Rogue, possibly.
But then you still have to be able to overkill stuff on your other side of the board, right?
You just Cold Blood the first one, and then you deal 7.
Also, if you're playing Serrated Tooth, you have 1 extra damage to work with.
Yeah, you can hit something with the Serrated Tooth to get the Death Rattle to happen.
Also, you're a rogue, so there's an umpteen ways to
you
to
can
damage
backstab
things.
something and then run this into thing. Like,
Patron Rogue, I like it. I want to see somebody make this work.
probably not good, but hey.
But maybe.
But if you made a board full of these, it would really screw with your opponent, right? They'd be like, damn, what can I play next turn? So, yeah. Because also, like, like, let's say you had a board full of these, they didn't have a board clear. And even if they just, like, play, like, one big minion, you'd be like, well, the first 2 don't overkill, but the third one does, that kind of thing. It's fun. It's a fun idea.
It's fun, yeah. I think it's cool, and I'm glad that they brought patrons back, because, yeah.
Yep.
I never thought I'd actually, like, miss the days of Patron Warrior, but sometimes I do.
Oh, it was such a cool deck.
I do miss those days. I kind of like that deck.
I would like them to unnerf it for Wild.
It was OP as hell, but it was cool, man.
Yeah. What do we think about Booty Bay Bookie? This is pretty much a vanilla minion for you. It only benefits your opponent because it's a 2-mana 3/3 that gives your opponent a coin on its battle cry.
Yeah. I just feel like I see what they're going for here. They're like 2-mana 3/3. That's really good. That's OP. But then like your opponent is like, yeah, but now I ramp and I play just a much larger minion next turn, right?
Yeah.
So it's interesting. It's definitely a card you'll like think about at certain points, but I'm probably not going to see much play.
Yeah, another one I thought was interesting is this neutral armor generation through Gurubashi Offering, a 1-mana 0/2. It's an epic, and it reads at the start of your turn, destroy this and gain 8 armor. So kind of a Doomsayer effect, but instead of destroying things, it's this neutral armor generator.
The problem though is you can't just play it into stuff because your opponent just goes, well, I just kill it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why
Doomsayer, you don't get the armor.
Yeah, that's why Doomsayer does so well, right? Is that like it has 7 health, so it's really hard for them to get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is like they just have to deal 2 damage to it.
Yeah,
and nothing happens.
Void Terror deck.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you could. Well, no, because it needs to live till the beginning of your turn.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, nope, never mind.
You just have to play this and hope it lives.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is again.
And then even if it does live, it dies and you just get armor. It's weird. Weird card.
Never mind. Buff Paladin, I guess. I don't know. Play it and then buff the crap out of it.
So there is another hand buff card in here too. So I've been trying to make my wild hand buff deck work.
Which one is it?
Arena Fanatic battle card. Give all minions in your hand +1/+1.
What's the rarity?
Common.
There we go.
There
Found it.
Yep.
4-mana 2/3.
So it's interesting because that deck, like I've been playing it and it's bad. It's like it just doesn't do as unfair things as other decks do. But it's also a lot of times I'm like, man, I just need some more hand buff in here. And if you hand buff this a few times, then it's not a 4-mana 2/3. It's like a 4-mana 4/5 or 4-mana 5.
Right, because since this is going into a hand buff deck, it can't really.
You just kind of keep the chain
stats
going.
Can't be that good.
Yeah, a little.
Because it's going to get buffed once or twice.
Yeah, a little elemental almost in that way. Which is like, well,
like that's kind of the way that deck operates. Is like turn 1 or 2, I start hand buffing, and then there's like a period where suddenly I can't do them anymore. And then it's like turn 5 is the next one. And now I've got the turn 6 one. But here now it's like, okay, maybe if I can just have one every turn, then it's like starting to actually
just snowball kind of.
Do the actual snowball it's supposed to do. Rather than these just like do nothing for a long time and then suddenly power spike, right? It's like if I could just keep it going, keep the train rolling. Yeah.
Why did they wait until now to start playing with hand buffing again? Like, where was this stuff after Mean Streets?
Yeah.
You remember though that with the hand buff too, they thought it was so good that they had to show you that there were minions in the deck. They had to literally show the opponent because they were concerned that it would be like too OP if you didn't know how many things got hand buffed.
Yeah, and then it turned out to be terrible.
It just fell flat on its big stupid face.
It's like you're revving as loud as you can at the beginning of a drag race, and then you stall the car.
Yeah, and I really do want to try to make it work in Paladin. I'm struggling in Wild. I mean, to find like the balance that gets there. And the problem is it's Wild, so everyone else is doing this crazy stuff, and I'm just like, but all my dudes in my hand are real big.
You just wait till I play the. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm dead.
yeah.
Damn it.
I'm like Millhouse. Wait till I have 10 mana.
So
But instead the opponents.
Sorry, do you think you could make this work in standard with Paladin because they've got that immortal dude that keeps coming back with all the enchantments? Do you think that there might be a buff?
I mean, I'll put that in my
alley?
Wild version, but I think the problem is there's just not enough. There's not enough.
Not enough standard
hand buff.
buffing?
Yeah, there's not enough hand buff left right now. There's only the 6 mana dude and this guy now.
Yeah.
That's it.
Too
In
bad.
Wild, you got this. You've got the 1 mana spell. You got the 2 mana guy. You got the 5 mana continuous.
Maybe I should just
dude.
go play Wild.
I mean, that's where I'm trying to make it work. It's fun. It is fun. It's just, and then there's like stuff too. Like I've got all these like rushers and chargers with lifesteal and stuff that's supposed to like eventually, get me back into the game. But it just feels like the deck draws awkwardly. But maybe with this guy, it's just like the one extra piece I'm missing. So we'll see. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah. I would be remiss if we didn't talk about Serenite Taskmaster, a 1-mana 2/3 common neutral minion with a death rattle that reads summon a 0/3 free agent with taunt for your opponent.
Yeah, this card is cool. Zombie Chow without healing, giving your opponent a 0/3. But the giving your opponent a 0/3 has a lot of other effects too. Like it spoils like Hadronox pools. It spoils big priest pools in Wild. It's just
Not even in Wild. I mean, Clone Priest is starting to see a lot more play. Like if you could just add 0/3 taunts into their pool, they're also rezzing stuff and spell stoning and all the rest of it. So
yep. Yeah, it's just kind of like just
interesting.
Let me just mess with your strategy a little bit. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
And obviously a 1-mana 2/3 is a nice little control tool to just get it out early and be able to trade with a few smaller minions against aggro. So yeah, it's a cool card.
Yeah. Jocelyn, I'm curious just about Helpless Hatchling. Does this win the cutest card award?
This is 100% the cutest card. Look at that thing. He's so cute, but also a little derpy with his tongue hanging out the side. Oh yeah, no, Helpless Hatchling. Should be a dragon though, not a beast. That's my only gripe with this card.
But it's a baby like pterodon or something.
Sure, it's a little dinosaur, right?
It's a baby dinosaur.
Maybe. Kind of looks like a baby dragon.
It's also for 1-cost beast things. This effect is not terrible.
I guess, yeah. So it's a 1/1 for 1 with the death rattle that reads reduce the cost of a beast in your hand by 1.
Yeah. So
yeah, you get to ramp.
druids or hunters could totally take advantage of this. It's so much better than a lot of the cute 1-mana, but no one ever plays it cards that we've had. Yep.
Also, you'll pick this with Rexar.
Hey, you be nice to Snow flipping you off Penguin, okay?
I never thought that he was the cutest.
It's a penguin.
Well, 'cause he came in the same set as the rascal, the rattling rascal, the little skeleton dude. He was adorable.
Oh yeah, he was pretty damn cute for a little undead child, which is really morbid when I think about it for too long.
No, you can't think about it too much because then it goes super creepy. But no, just on the face of it, he's a cute little skeleton.
It's like Cubone in Pokemon. If you read the lore behind it, it's the darkest thing you've ever seen in a video game. But yeah, so any other neutrals, speak now or forever hold your peace as we're closing in on 2 hours.
I'm good.
Jocelyn, you're good? Thumbs up?
Yeah, I'm good. I did the hand wave. Sorry. Yeah, no, I'm good.
All right, we did. I liked the way we did it this time, not having to talk about all the cards.
Sure.
Agreed.
It had a more natural flow, especially at the end there. I thought that was fun with the neutrals. So feel free to write in, let us know. So But that's going to wrap it up for this episode. I would like to remind everybody that we will be back tomorrow for our Rastakhan launch stream, which means we'll be cracking packs, making decks. I almost said theory crafting. It's not theory crafting if the cards are out and you can play with them. We will just be crafting decks. That will be happening. So tune in. We'll be streaming at each of our 3 Twitches. Multi-Twitch seems to be down at the moment. Is it still down? Did it go down and I missed it? Or is it back and everything's fine?
I don't know.
Okay, so I don't know if multi-Twitch is still a thing, but come on out to twitch.tv/WillieDills/AmoveTV tomorrow. Just open up all of our chats.
Too, if we can figure out how to give you guys a way to watch all of us at once, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, but we'll be on a call, so you can choose just to watch one of us. We get it. You'll play favorites. You're not our parents. You don't have to lie to us. So come on out, watch our stream. It's going to be a good time. Again, if you want to support the show, head on over to patreon.com/TAC. That is the best way to support the show. And because of that support, that's the reason we get to do things like record a day early and then also come back the day after and just 2 straight days of Angry Chicken content. We get to do that because of your support. So thank you for that. If you dig the show and you would like a free way to support us, 5-star reviews on iTunes are always a great way to ensure that the show gets out to new listeners. We'd like to thank our patron producers, Declan H. and Sean C. Thank you for the very generous support, you two. If you'd like to catch the whole back catalog of episodes, they can be found either at amove.tv or the Amove TV YouTube, which is, you guess it, youtube.com/AmoveTV. Before we go around the table, Dills, where can everybody find you?
All I'm going to promote, well, at Willie Dills for Twitter, but all I'm going to promote is just I'll be streaming every day till Friday, so Monday through Thursday. Well, I guess Tuesday through Thursday, because today's Monday. Just playing tons and tons of decks and trying out all the things. So yeah, come check me out, twitch.tv/Willie Dills.
Jocelyn, what about you?
You can follow me on Twitter and Twitch. I'm at Joce Plays, and I will still be promoting all the way through the end of December Extra Life. So you guys can go to bit.ly/TGI Extra Life 2018 if you'd like to donate to the cause. It's an amazing cause, benefits the Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals. I believe I'm only $50 short of my goal right now. So I'm going to be doing another stream on Saturday, December 8th. So this coming Saturday, obviously we'll be playing some Hearthstone. So come and check it out. And again, bit.ly/TGI Extra Life 2018 to donate to that cause.
Only $50 short. We have like 100 people watching live right now. Everyone, go to that link, give $1, and Jocelyn will be $50 over her goal to help the children. Go help the children. Also, breaking news. This is hilarious.
Oh,
and I have to mention it. You can thank Dave Kosak for this, for tweeting it out. I'm just going to read his tweet. Stop everything. Blizzard Brazil has partnered with an animal shelter in an adoption drive featuring doggos dressed as Loa. This is a real thing. Go to Wowhead right now, because apparently they have a link to this.
Okay.
This is incredible. I hope I brought some sunshine to everyone's day. There's oh my, can I show this? Really? Yes, I can. Hold on. I can do this. I'm gonna pull this up for the visual viewers. We've got oh my god, this is absurd. We have Duffy, a 3-year-old female dog dressed as Gonk the Raptor. You can adopt Duffy/Gonk the Raptor. You got Sebastian dressed as Hyreek. Oh my god, this is freaking adorable. Brian and Zachary the Rhino. Oh my god, look at Judy as freaking Grawl the Shark. That's so good. That's so good. Oh, this is amazing. All right, go to Wowhead. Check this out. Folks, if you want to follow me on Twitter, I am at Garrett Art. Over there, all of the podcasts I do, including this one, can be found at amove.tv. We've got a new Into the Nexus coming to you this week. And check out my solo show, R2T2, which you can find by searching for R2-T2 for some WoW talk, some Red Dead Redemption 2 talk, all kinds of fun personal subjects being talked about over there. And also nomoonart.com for my graphic design portfolio. That's going to wrap it up for this episode. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow while we're cracking packs and I guess cracking skulls, because it's the Rastakhan Rumble. It's here. Job's done.
Job's done.
Job's done.
Yes.